May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I ride the waves of my life. May I live in peace, no matter what I'm given. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you ride the waves of your life. May you live in peace, no matter what you are given. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we ride the waves of our lives. May we live in peace, no matter what we are given. Welcome to session 5, Loving Kindness. That was an example of part of a loving kindness meditation, just to give you a picture before we started today. And the reason for focusing on loving kindness is that it's not only important that we pay attention in the present moment, but also how we pay attention and how we are in connection to ourselves, others, and to everything. The practice of loving kindness is about challenging our myths of being separate from others, and instead acknowledging and embracing the important connections we have to others and to ourselves. Freeing ourselves from the illusion of separation allows us to expand what's possible for us, rather than being stifled by preconceptions about our own boundaries and limitations. When we experience mental or physical pain, we often feel a sense of isolation, a disconnection from humanity and life. We're told in our modern world that it's wrong to suffer. We're messaged in different ways that feeling pain or sadness is somehow shameful or humiliating. That we should be able to control pain or loss. And this leads us to further separate ourselves as we suffer, which is the very time that we most need to connect. Feelings of separation bring feelings of loneliness. Loving kindness is about setting the intention to be better to ourselves and to others, and to connect to our common humanity, those things that we all have in common in being human. We begin to do this by realizing that we all want to be happy and free from suffering. To give you a sense of the structure of the loving kindness meditation, we first connect with our body, our felt sense of the moment. And then we often check into the area of the heart, or the area where we feel that love is generated. And then we repeat loving kindness phrases directed at ourselves first. So, may I be safe and protected from harm. May I be healthy. May I be truly happy and deeply peaceful. Those are just some examples. And then from there, we call to mind someone that we really care for. We really envision them across from us so that we could bring those connected feelings and care into our being. And then we also repeat those loving kindness phrases towards that person. And sometimes it's easier for people to start with another person to be able to kind of cultivate those feelings before giving it to themselves. And that's fine if you want to try it that way. And then we practice doing this to a neutral person, then a difficult person, someone we might not really get on with, and then to the community, the world as a whole. As we say the phrases, we aim to connect with the felt sense of the words, these words that we're wishing for, in a sense. The goal is not to feel all warm and fuzzy, but rather the goal is to stick with our intention to develop a friendlier stance in life towards ourselves and others. You can adapt any of these phrases so that they feel more meaningful to you or are easier for you to connect with. Different examples of phrases are, may you be safe and protected from harm. May you be happy and healthy. May you be strong. May you be peaceful. Things like that. And anything else that you could come up with yourself that you identify with more. Loving kindness is a powerful practice that can change how we respond to difficult situations over time. We gain an ability to embrace all parts of ourselves, as well as all parts of the world. When we feel love, our mind is expansive, and it's open enough to include the entirety of life and its full awareness, both in pleasures and in pains, and being able to hold and accept both. And this is just one way to look at how loving kindness can affect many different aspects of our lives and our worlds. And there's actually been a good amount of studies on practitioners of loving kindness meditations and different aspects of their well-being. And so I've just kind of summarized some of that research here. So loving kindness meditation has been connected to a reduction in self-criticism, kind of quieting our inner critic and making us more self-accepting. It's been connected to enhanced well-being, which is really measured by different physiological markers of subjective well-being. It's also been connected to a reduction in cellular aging, reductions in pain, greater resilience, improved relationships, and improved mental health in things like a reduction in rumination and negative affect in people with depression. In practicing loving kindness, we don't have to make a certain feeling happen. In fact, during the practice, we see that we feel different things at different times. The importance is repeating the words with intention, and intention is really something I highlight because as long as you have intention, you are doing it right. As we repeat these phrases such as may I be happy, may all beings be happy, we're planting seeds by forming this powerful intention in the mind. The seed will bear fruit in its own time. The intention's enough. We form the intention in our mind for our happiness and the happiness of all. Our discussion of the practice of loving kindness highlights the suffering caused by separation and the happiness that's associated with knowing our connection with all beings. And so I really want to zero in on the importance of connectedness and interconnection. Relationship itself gives meaning to life. It's been shown that relationships, even relationships with pets, are protective of health. Mindfulness is, at its core, about relationality. We might say that the degree to which a person's mind and body are connected and in harmony reflect the degree of awareness that person brings to present moment experience. If you're not in touch with yourself, it's very unlikely that your connections with others will be satisfactory in the long run. The more centered you are within yourself, the easier it'll be for you to be centered in your relationships with others and to fine-tune them as things change and as life unfolds. And the connection to others is just as important as the connection we have to ourselves. Each of us came into the world through the body of another being. We were once part of our mother, connected to her body and contained within it. As we grew older, we found a body and became about me, but we still needed to feel that we belonged. It becomes more about being interdependent. We don't want to be dependent, but we do need ongoing emotional connection in order to ultimately feel whole ourselves. And so one major cause of disconnection in people really is disattention, or not attending to the feedback messages of our body and mind that are necessary for functioning. Disattention leads to disconnection. Disconnection to dysregulation. Dysregulation to disorder. Disorder to disease. Conversely, attention leads to connection, connection to regulation, regulation to order, and order to ease, as opposed to dis-ease, or to health. The quality of the connections within us and between us and the world determines our capacity for self-regulating and for healing. And the quality of those connections is maintained and can be restored by paying attention to relevant feedback. And so now we will practice the loving kindness formal meditation. We'll be focusing in on sending loving kindness to ourselves, to others that we care for, to a neutral person, a challenging person, and to us all in the world as a community.